The centre court crowd had never seen anything like it. On one side stood Iga Świątek, the defending champion, the six-time Grand Slam winner, the woman who had conquered Wimbledon just 12 months earlier. On the other side stood a 21-year-old from the Philippines who, until this week, had never won a match at the All England club. The tennis world expected a coronation. Instead, they witnessed history. But what made this moment truly unforgettable was who was watching from the royal box. Catherine, Princess of Wales, the patron of the All England club, had been following Eala's remarkable journey with great interest. And as the young Filipina walked off centre court having just dethroned the defending champion, she was about to have a royal encounter that would capture the world's heart. Alexandra Eala had just done the unthinkable. And she had done it before royalty. To understand the magnitude of Alex Eala's Wimbledon triumph, one must first understand where she came from. The 21-year-old from Quezon City did not grow up on pristine grass courts. She trained on a makeshift tennis court painted over a basketball court, where basketball hoops prevented her from stepping back fully. "I grew up on a court where a basketball court was painted over a tennis court," Eala revealed after her historic victory. "There would be basketball hoops. I couldn't really step back a lot because then I would hit the basketball hoop." Her grandfather, a tennis enthusiast, would secure training time early in the morning and personally coach her. She trained with her brother and her grandfather every day after school, wearing ruffled socks, light-up shoes, and carrying chubby cheeks that would one day become a symbol of hope for millions. At just 13 years old, she moved to Mallorca, Spain, to join the Rafael Nadal Academy. She was just 13 years old when she left her family and everything she had ever known to chase a dream. She hung a photo of her idol Maria Sharapova in her room and devoted herself to training. 3 years ago, she received her graduation diploma from the academy from none other than Iga Świątek herself, who told the assembled players she hoped they would give 100% to whatever they did in the future, and would be tenacious. Those words became the foundation of her journey to centre court. The defining moment of Eala's Wimbledon run came on July 3, 2026. On centre court, she faced the defending champion Iga Świątek, a six-time Grand Slam winner, who had demolished her opponent in last year's final without dropping a single game. The Polish star had arrived at Wimbledon determined to become the first woman since Serena Williams in 2016 to successfully defend her title. The atmosphere on centre court was electric. Hundreds of Filipino spectators packed the stands, waving the Philippine flag and creating an unmistakable atmosphere of national pride. But Świątek struck first, breaking Eala early to take a 2-0 lead. Eala, displaying a resilience far beyond her years, broke back immediately, leveling the score and sending a clear message. The opening set was an 84-minute classic, with Eala prevailing in a tense tiebreak 11-9. She clinched the opener on a long Świątek forehand. Taking that set from the defending champion on centre court was a monumental feat of mental fortitude. The second set was a masterclass in dominance. Eala, her confidence soaring, stormed to a 4-0 lead. All facets of her game were in top form. The defending champion was suddenly on the ropes. Świątek's frustration became palpable. She yelled at her player's box, she threw her racket at her chair, and her game completely deserted her. She finished the match with an astonishing 44 unforced errors and 5 double faults, while Eala finished with 24 winners to just 21 unforced errors. The Pole managed to win 2 games, but Eala refused to relent. She broke Świątek again and served for the match. Eala saved 4 break points and converted her third match point, sealing the biggest victory of her career with a forehand winner. She threw herself to the ground and covered her face with her hands. The tears that followed were not just for the victory, but for the years of sacrifice that had led to this moment. Świątek was gracious in defeat, later admitting, "I felt like Alexandra was more brave in important moments." The defending champion was out, and the tennis world was in shock. As the reality of her achievement dawned on her, Eala walked off centre court with tears streaming down her face. But what happened next was nothing short of magical. Catherine, Princess of Wales, the patron of the All England Lawn Tennis and Croquet Club, had been watching Eala's historic run with great interest, and she wanted to meet the young Filipina sensation in person. The heartwarming moment that followed was captured on camera, and within hours, it had exploded across social media platforms worldwide. Eala later took to Instagram to share a delightful snapshot of the magical encounter. Alongside Princess Kate and Turkish tennis player Zeynep Sönmez, Eala beamed with joy. "So honored to have grabbed a pic with Her Royal Highness," she wrote, capturing the sheer thrill of the moment. The photo quickly went viral, with fans from around the world celebrating the heartwarming interaction between the two inspiring women. For Eala, meeting Princess Kate was more than just a photo opportunity, it was a profound validation of her journey. The princess's recognition carries immense weight, not just because of her royal status, but because of what she represents. As the patron of the All England Club, Kate Middleton is deeply involved in the sport and understands the dedication and sacrifice required to compete at the highest level. To be singled out by her was a sign that Eala had truly arrived. Back home in the Philippines, a nation of over 115 million people was celebrating. President Ferdinand Marcos Jr. himself congratulated Eala during an official state visit to Canada, calling her world-class and terrific. The Philippines embassy in the UK tracked her progress and posted congratulatory notes. Viewing parties were held across the country. One near Manila opened its doors 4 hours before the local scheduled start time so fans could secure their seats. Sports arenas around the country hosted watch parties for thousands of supporters to cheer on the 21-year-old. "She's like a ray of hope for the Philippines," said fan Roberto Ocampo Jr. at Wimbledon. "Especially at her age. She made history. That's one thing that we can tell to the next generation." Eala's victory has united a nation that is often divided by political differences. From Manny Pacquiao to Hidilyn Diaz to Carlos Yulo, the Philippines has a proud sporting tradition. And now, Eala belongs firmly in that pantheon. She carries the hopes of 115 million Filipinos on her shoulders, and she does so with grace, humility, and an unwavering belief in herself. Despite the royal encounter and the adoration of a nation, Eala remains grounded. Her message to young athletes is simple but profound. "It's an honor to be able to pave the way for young girls," she said. "I don't want them to look at me and say, 'I want to be the next Eala.' I want them to look at me and say, 'Wow, I want to be the first me. I want to make my own path.'" Eala's Wimbledon journey ended in a hard-fought fourth-round loss to Jasmine Paolini, but she left London having rewritten Philippine tennis history. She became the first player from the Philippines to reach the fourth round of a Grand Slam in the Open era, surpassing the third-round finishes of Philippine greats Felicissimo Ampon, Raimundo Dairo, and Cesar Carmona. She had also earned the admiration of royalty. "The best is yet to come," the Rafa Nadal Academy had posted. And Eala herself echoed that sentiment. "I have to be proud of what I've achieved this week. I'm leaving with positive thoughts," she said after her Wimbledon exit. Eala rose to a new career high ranking of number 28 after reaching the Wimbledon fourth round. The world will be watching. And the girl from Quezon City, who once played on a basketball court, will continue to chase her dreams.